Welcome to Baking for Beginners. In this series, we are starting from scratch, so to speak. Today, we are prepping cake pans. Prepping a cake pan is nearly as important as the cake itself. You can have the perfect recipe, the perfect cake, but if it comes out of the pan broken, you've got nothing. So you always want to butter your cake pan. Butter is great because it will stick to the sides of the pan. It's a saturated fat, so at room temperature, it's still solid. Butter the entire inside of your cake pan. You know, you don't want any giant chunks, but you know, you can see the streaks of butter and that's good. Some people will dump flour in here, shake it around. We're not gonna do that. You don't need any flour. The big problem with lining cake pans improperly is that when you flip it over to get the cake out, the center in the bottom is stuck to the pan. So putting parchment at the bottom is going to totally eliminate that danger. If you don't have parchment circles and you don't know how to cut a nice parchment circle that fits properly, please check out our other video on cutting parchment circles. Once you have the parchment in here, just give it a smash, make sure it's sticking to the butter really well. All right, once your parchment's in there, it will look pretty nice. It should look like this. Clinging, air bubbles are okay, no big deal, but it won't come out. Here's a bad one. The problem here is that your batter is gonna sneak behind these wrinkles. If you're going for a rustic look or you just don't care, that's fine. But if you want to elevate your cakes, if you want them to have crisp edges, all you have to do is take this out and then cut it again. It's not a big deal. It makes a big difference. Remember to always prep your pans before you start mixing up your cake batter and before the oven turns on. You want this all to be ready in advance. Depending on your cake batter and depending on the leavening agent, if it's egg whites or if it's baking soda, these things start making gas and losing air immediately. So you don't want to spend 10 minutes buttering your pan, getting things perfect when your batter is already deflating. If you're in a pinch and you don't have parchment, surely use butter and flour. I'm not going to be mad about it. Stay tuned to Lifehacker for some more baking tips and tricks.